Hello everyone, it's time for another terrific Tuesday card. My name is Sherry Minnie. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the small town of Keensburg, Colorado. We're about 45 minutes northeast of the metropolis of Denver. I wasn't here last week because I had a big event, family event. My only grandson got married last week, and then it was just like party week all week long. We had rehearsal dinner, we had the wedding, we had the dinner, we had all kinds of things going on, and then we had the 4th of July. So there wasn't much time to do a card. So today I'm trying to get back in stride and get things going and staying on some kind of a schedule. Hopefully all my partying is done. I'm getting too old for the party scene. So today we're going to do a pretty card. I happened to make this into a thinking of you card, but this is a stamp set that has other greetings, and we could certainly make it into any kind of card that anybody might want. I am featuring the new in color. This is polished pink. My plans are that this card I'm going to be sending out to a swap, and I'm going to be making all the new 5 in colors in this same style of card. So it says a thinking of you. It's got lots of layers. In the inside it says heartfelt love and caring thoughts are with you. And then I made a matching envelope. The stamp set we're using is called the Quiet Meadow. I love this stamp set and I've used it already quite a bit. It also comes, it is a bundle, and it comes with the matching dies, meadow dies. And for this particular card, what I'm using out of here is this label die, and then this die is the die that I used to get the butterfly, and I cut the butterflies out of the beautiful new Shimmery Vellum, which is available in all the new in colors. The only stamp set that, well, 2 stamp sets I used the Thinking of You, and then this was my inside greeting, the Heartfelt Love. Also using the Scalloped Contour dies. As I said, I'm using this, seems like on just about every single card, but I use several different ones for all the layers. I use this big scalloped open weaved one. I used this one, and I believe I even used one other one. So if you're looking for a die set that would give you lots of layering pieces, I cannot recommend this enough. I love it. It will always be a part of my stash. Hopefully it won't retire for a long time because it is very popular, but it is so versatile. In addition to that, we're going to be using the Meadow Moments embossing folders. These go along with the Quiet Meadow bundle. It has actually 2. These are small ones that can be used in the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss. I'm going to use the one today that has all the little flowers, and I don't know if you can see the little butterflies and so forth. I'll try to show it to you when I get to put the layers together. It comes with another one that has leaves and stuff kind of all down on the side. It's very nice. I like it. We're also going to be using the beautiful in color ribbon. This is the polished pink sheer ribbon. I love this ribbon. I've used it a ton. It comes in all the 5 new in colors. For ink colors, we're using the polished pink and the smoky slate. And that's the only 2 that we're using, I believe. Okay, so to get started, we'll also be using the new in color gems, and I'm going to be using the polished pink ones. I don't know, these are so pretty, and we've used them in class already. Okay, so in the packet there is a card base of polished pink. This is our standard 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, and this card I'm going to go the long ways with. You'll have several layers. There's a lot of layers on here. It's not a hard card, but there's just a lot of different layers. So we'll have a piece of basic white, which measures 4 1/4 by 5.5, and then I used one of the Scalloped Contour dies to cut it out. There's also another basic white, 3 1/4 by 4.5, and again I used the Scalloped Contour die to cut that out. And then there's just a piece at 2.5 by 3 3/4, and that's what I ran through the embossing machine, and it's got some pretty little butterflies, and it's just a really pretty embossing folder. Love it. We'll have another small piece. This is about 1 inch wide. This is what we're going to do our greeting on, our thinking of you on, and we will be cutting it out with a another die from Quiet Meadow. We have polished pink pieces. These are for our layers. The first one is 3 7/16 by 4 13/16, and I apologize about the 16ths, but I wanted it to fit exactly inside one of the other layers, and that's how it came out with the measurement. And then we have another smaller piece. This is 2 5/8 by 3 7/8, and again, those all kind of nestle in with some of our other cutout pieces. We have one little butterfly in the beautiful polished pink Shimmery Vellum, which I love this paper. Can't get enough of it. We have a beautiful little bow tied with the polished pink ribbon. And I think that's it for the card. So as I say, there's just a lot of pieces. It's not a hard card. There's just quite a bit of layering going on. So to start with, we're going to actually start building our layers. Get that out of the way first. So the first layer is the large piece cut out with one of the contour dies, and we have a piece of polished pink that matches up directly exactly with the edges of this inside of this piece. So I will be using my green cat glue because I want to make sure that I get it in there properly, and this lets me move things around a little bit if I'm not totally straight. I'm hoping you all can see, maybe I need to let's try and put something under this white so maybe you can actually see what I'm doing. There, that's better. Hope you all had a safe and wonderful 4th of July. The little town, if you are not familiar with us, Keensburg puts on one of the best fireworks shows in the area, even in the Denver area. They always do it on the 3rd of July, and we have a local fairgrounds here, and they do it at the fairgrounds. And of course, last year there was no fireworks at all. So this year, boy, it was so crowded. It was amazing how many people, everybody's just ready to come out and be normal again. And it was so crowded. And the only drawback to it is getting out of there once it's over, because everybody's rushing to try and get out. So it takes a while to get out, but it was okay. It was a great show, and it was just nice to be out and have people out and about. So then we're going to take this other smaller piece that was cut out with one of the scallop contours, and this little piece of polished pink is going to go fit in the middle of that one. So I will build that one. I kind of like to build all of my layers and then put them together, and then I work on the focal point. Since this has so many layers, I'm really not going to be popping too much up with dimensionals. I am going to do the, I think I put the greeting up on dimensionals, but the rest of it, since we have so many layers, and I didn't want it to be too expensive to mail, so. Along the lines of mailing, for those of you that maybe don't know, postage is going up in August, so if you have the opportunity to stock up on the forever stamps, before the postage goes up again. And I think it's going up 3 or 4 cents for each class of mail. So since I mail so many cards, I am going to be going down and getting a few booklets before the price increase goes into effect. Haven't heard much about that on the internet or the news, but I was talking to our postmistress this morning, and she was telling me, better get you some stamps because they're going up. And it's so expensive the way it is to get things mailed. Okay, and then on top of this layer, we're going to put our little emboss layer. Get that all down. Try and center it as best I can. This layout, I kind of got my inspiration from a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Her name is Susan Stampfield, and she just did a 1-layer card. I seem to not be able to do that, so I added quite a few more layers than she did. So now we will be putting this on the front of our card base. I'll just go around the edges like this. And lay this down. And you have a nice border around the edge of this. Oops. But I do like to get them somewhat straight. Not always successful, but I do try. Okay. Now we will stamp. We have our Thinking of You stamp. And we are going to stamp that in the polished pink ink. My pad is new and so it's extremely juicy. I'm doing very light pressure and there we go. So that's the outside of the stamping. For the inside of the stamping, oh, and guess what? I did not put in a inside layer. I'll run get one real quick. Okay, our inside layer is a piece of basic white that's 4 by 5 1/4. I have our inside greeting all set up on my Stamparatus. Now I decided for me personally, I just thought the pink was a little too bright for my inside. So I'm actually going to be inking this up in the smoky slate, but you can certainly put any color in there that you want. I just wanted it to be a little bit more subtle. If you're going to do a birthday card or something like that, polished pink would be fine. I just thought, you know, for a Thinking of You card, I didn't really want to go that route. I also put a little stamp on there to kind of decorate. And I guess my magnet is in the wrong spot. Put that down. I remembered my Debbie tool this time. That up, and there we go. Nothing can beat the Stamparatus. Now what I'm going to do, I am also going to just do the part of the flower on the envelope. And rather than take the stamp off, I'm just going to manipulate my envelope here in the Stamparatus until I get it in the spot that I want it. Excuse me. And I just kind of slide my envelope in there, pull this down, figure out where I want to put it, lay it down, go over that, and then I have that nice flower on my envelope. Okay, so there we are with the stamping. Now all we really have to do is finish the front. Well, we'll put our inside greeting in. For that, I'm going to use the Stampin' Seal. I have my granddaughter. She'll be 13 in December, but she's here this summer, a couple of days a week, helping me get a lot of old retired stamp sets and everything organized and maybe ready to either have an open house or get it on the internet and try to get it sold. So that's a big help. Never enough hours in the day to get everything done that I want to get done. And she enjoys it, so it works out for both of us. Okay, now I do have the Thinking of You on our little sheet of paper here, and I would take this die from the Meadow die set and cut that out. But I didn't want to bring all that in here, so I've already cut it out. And this is what you get, and it's a very pretty little, I like the detail on the ends of it. So that's what we'll be using for our Thinking of You, and I did pop it up with dimensionals. That's the only thing that I really popped up on this whole card with dimensionals was this. So we'll get that on, and we're almost to wrap this card up. It went pretty quickly. And I kind of centered it but down a little bit because I wanted room for my ribbon and my butterfly. Put that down. For the butterfly, I kind of took it and kind of fluffed the wings up just so it'd have a little bit of movement with it. And then I took a glue dot. Oh yeah, stuck to me. Let's see. I took a glue dot. Sorry, I try to stay in camera here. Sorry. I just put it on the corner of my greeting piece, and then I just took the butterfly and stuck it down on there. And then I did basically the same thing for the bow. I just took a glue dot in the back of the bow, kind of right where the knot's at, so the glue dot gets covered up, pushed it down, pulled it off, and put it up here in the corner. And then I took my scissors, trimmed off my tails a little bit because I didn't want them quite that long. And then the only other thing we have to do is put on our little jewels. And where did they go to? Here they are. So I just took one of the polished pink in color gems, and I wanted to put it in the middle of my pretty butterfly. And so that's what I did. So here we are. We're basically done with our card. It wasn't too bad. I think it's very pretty. Like I say, I love the shimmery vellum and everything about that card. So here is the one we just completed along with our envelope. And here's the one that I made before I started filming the video. So I hope you enjoyed that. You will be able to find all of the dimensions and all the products that I used on my blog, simplylovestampin.com. We will probably be doing this card in class. I will be having our next class on Thursday night, January 22nd, and Friday during the day on January 23rd. So thank you all for spending a little bit of time with me today. Enjoy the rest of your day, and God bless each and every one of you. Bye-bye.